Hi there and welcome to Brian's Back, a Beach Boys show about the Brian's Back era from 1974 to 1978, and this is kind of based upon my book that I've been writing for the past year. We're going to go through an article that I found in the Cumberland News from May 24th, 1975. Spirit of America double album had been recently released after the Endless Summer album had been released the previous year. This was kind of like the part 2 of Endless Summer. And I have an article here by a gentleman named Jack Kegg. He was a reviewer for this paper, and he frequently had a column called Jack's Music. And Jack's Music basically talked in depth about different albums and how his specific feelings, and you can get into his specific feelings here when we go through this, about how he felt about the Beach Boys in 1975 and how he felt about this album. When one thinks of summer, usually picnics, lawn parties, swimming, and beer bashes at a secluded campsite come to mind. However, one group of musicians are almost always associated with summer and have been since 1962. Those amazing Beach Boys. Their music never seems to grow old, and kids who were born in 1961, the first year the group started the country surfing, are discovering for the first time what was started 14 years ago in Hawthorne, California. The original Beach Boys were three Wilson brothers, Brian, Carl, and Dennis, their cousin Mike Love, and a neighbor, David Marks. They recorded an all-original song for the short-lived Canix label called Surfin', named for the latest sport to invade the Pacific shores. The record was a huge success on the West Coast and even got to the Billboard Hot 100. These surprised teenagers then followed it with Surfer Girl and Surfin' Safari, which bombed. Producer Voyle Gilmore took the boys to Capitol Records, where Surfin' Safari was re-recorded, and they found that fame was on the way. The flip side, 409, also made top 10, and soon the Beach Boys were flooding the market with good time surfing and hot rod music that kept America on a surfboard all through the Kennedy years and thereafter. In July 1963, the group hit the kids with another two-sided smash, Surfer Girl, which was re-recorded, and Little Deuce Coupe. Two albums with these titles were simultaneously released, containing such Beach Boy anthems as In My Room, Be True to Your School, Spirit of America, good group harmony on this one, and Catch a Wave. However, tragedy struck. That same month, David Marks was killed in a fiery auto crash and replaced by Al Jardine. The Beach Boys paid tribute to him on the Little Deuce Coupe album with A Young Man Is Gone, sung a cappella. David was killed while the boys were in the process of cutting that album, and that song immediately included to finish it. The hits kept rolling though. Fun, 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 I Get Around, Dance, Dance, Dance. During their tenure at Capitol, 31 singles and 22 albums were released. They changed their surfer image in 1966 with Good Vibrations and eventually went downhill. They signed with Reprise Records in 1969. In 1972, when they appeared at the University of Maryland, the presentation of their new material drew jeers from the crowd. The boys walked off stage and returned 20 minutes later with Fun, 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 and the crowd went into hysteria. The Beach Boys then realized their old songs weren't really old. Last year, Capitol re-released some of their best material in a 2-record set, Endless Summer. It is still on the charts and has led to another repackaged, Spirit of America, which is already gold. Several weeks ago, Billboard, in previewing the LP, said it holds up better than 90% of the albums on the market today. Mike Love called the renewed popularity of the Beach Boys amazing. So as we see from this article, there's some kind of made-up facts here about David Marks that are not necessarily true, as we know now. Back in 1975, this would have been a lot easier to say this and to not be fact-checked on it, I guess you could say. As I could see from the research I did, Jack never walked back his words on those specific comments on David Marks. So maybe he thought David Marks was killed in an auto crash. Maybe he just made that up on his own. Who knows? This is kind of the fun of going through these older articles and seeing a very, very different time than what we see today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that article. And yeah, if you want to hear more from me, I'm also on the Good Timin' podcast, the Beach Boys podcast. We do shows every week for that. I just started up a new channel called Record Spotlight as well, where I kind of go through my record collection and talk about non-Beach Boys records, do like reviews, and then I go really in depth and search out different interviews and articles related to those of the time. It's really interesting. And yeah, if you want to request specific days or specific times that you want me to cover in the next video, please feel free below the video to leave a comment for me, and I will try my best to fulfill any requests. Hopefully you have a great day, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.